Hey, CRT Matt here, and today I have another unboxing for you, and this time it is Kings of War Champions Deluxe 3D Terrain Pack. Now, in the two-player starter set, you get terrain features that are made out of card, or thick card, that you can set out on the table and use as terrain for your Kings of War Champions game. And Kings of War Champions is a small-scale Kings of War narrative style Kings of War game. Now, what I mean by narrative style is these box sets come out with a character, and the character has some fluff behind it, and you can build your Kings of War army slower and more gradual behind this one hero. Also, this is an entry point into Kings of War. I find it perfect. My kids are now interested in this small scale. It's not a ton of stuff to paint, not hard to play. The army lists are written out for you already, and so on and so forth. But this is the 3D terrain for Kings of War Champions. So let's take a look at what you get inside this lovely box. It's one of the Mantic slide boxes. I love these. I use these all the time for my bits. And when I'm building, gives me a nice spot to put them in afterwards. So this is the first bag. Okay, you get nice, from the looks of it, trees, and they're already tinted brown, which is good. Now, this is obviously a dead tree, but you could actually put foliage on this. It'd be no problem at all. Here's the other one. And for me, I'm going to make a base for these, and that base is going to be flocked and things of that nature, and these will be removable off of that base. It'll be a flat piece that's got a cutout for the ground. Within the stump, cut stump. And I appreciate them being brown already, because you could use these right off the bat, but we're going to do some modeling with these pieces here. So, and there is a little add-on for you guys. And another little piece, I'm guessing, of rocks that come with it. So that's cool. All right, the walls, and these are made out of the same material as your terrain crate stuff. They're very detailed. They look really nice. They'll take some paint pretty easily. Of course, you want to prime these. That's one wall section. Here's a broken wall section. It's got some gravel on it, which is pretty nice. Another wall section with some bushes there. And a gate, which is awesome. Another half wall section. And they've got some foliage and stuff like that. Put it out on there. It looks like a vine growing up the wall. So a little bit of painting to do. And of course, the posts. Which you can just glue on one end or the other of the gate. It would look very nice. Or on one of the walls. Either or. You know, what we'll do is we'll get ourselves a base to put this on. Wider, of course. And this one will be probably our template, because I'll have to make it as wide as this broken down wall piece here. Or I could actually model this and just cut some of this off. But I really don't want to do that. But those are the walls. In our next baggie, we get some stones. For a stone feature, which you could scatter these about, but I'm also going to make a base for these to where they'll all be on one big base. And they're definitely, they got some runes and spells and really neat stuff that you could dry brush on there. And they take weathering, they'll take weathering very nicely. And like I said, this is all made out of the same plastic that they use for the terrain crate stuff. So it'll take paint real well. It'll take primer really good. But you do want to clean these. I'd recommend you clean these up with some soap and water before you start painting them in case there's any mold release of any kind on there. But that is it. That is your 3D Deluxe terrain set for the new Kings of War Champions game. Ta-ta!